Hello, my dears. This is your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 25th of July, 2019. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm using the Witch's Tarot for this reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. And this deck has been hiding from me for a while under my coffee table here. So it just appeared today and it wanted to be seen and used and heard. So that's what we do here on the Gregory channel. So let's have a look at what these cards want you guys to know and what energy you will be working with on Thursday, the 25th of July. I hope you're having a fabulous time. I hope you're in summer mode if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. I hope you're enjoying winter if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. And let's have a look at what these cards have to say. The Six of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Shadow side in reverse. The Shadow side being the 15th card of the Major Arcana, and that's the Devil. We had the Devil show up yesterday, I think, but the Devil has been showing up quite a lot, and that's the theme at the moment, not getting too hung up on details. The devil does not mean Satan. It does not mean Lucifer, okay? The Christian kind of ideology, the Christian kind of dialogue. The shadow side represents being in a shadowy circumstance where you can't really see the truth, where you're fumbling around. And the devil usually means being stuck in a place that's not clear, being unable to free yourself, like an addiction, for instance, where you're stuck and there's no way out. It's in reverse, so that indicates freedom here. So let's see what the cards mean altogether. And I think I've just hit it with the eagle flying there, freedom. I think that's the key word of the day. So first of all, the Six of Swords is the last of the Mohicans here, paddling away, getting to the other side of the shore. There's a song there, I can't remember it. But he's paddling away and he's using his beautiful, what are these? Dragonflies on his boat. And he's paddling away and he's getting to the other side of the shore where, happy day. Come on, get happy. It's so beautiful on the other side. Judy Garland, there we go. That's the song. So he's trying to get happy. He's trying to get to the other side, to start a new life, to have wonderful new beginnings. But what he doesn't realize is that he takes all of his problems with him. That's what the Six of Swords in the boat actually represents. Swords are thoughts, they're ideas. And in this card, particularly in the Six of Swords, these are negative, faulty ideas. So I'm not likable. I struggle to make money. I don't have super attractive, muscly arms, even though I do. I struggle to find and put down roots. I can't communicate well with others. I feel guilty about what I did as a 7-year-old. All of these things are his baggage, so to speak. His emotional baggage, the baggage he drags around as a person emotionally, that's what he comes into a relationship with. All of his past issues, very much alive. And it plays into that saying, wherever you go, there you are. And in the 12 steps, they call this doing a geographical. I'm suffering here. I'm not happy. I drink excessively. I'm going to solve the problem by moving to Australia and having a completely fresh start. People are going to love me. Everything's going to turn around for me, and it's just going to be wonderful. You may have a different experience over there, absolutely. But the drinking is still going to be a part of you because that's what you do to cope with stress. So if you decide to do a geographical and decide to move to leave everything behind, it's very likely that you're going to recreate the same problems. And that's what this card is. If you're trying to get happy, to find the shore on the other side, make sure you deal with your issues first so that you have a clean slate, that you have a boat that doesn't have all these swords in them. They also poke holes in the bottom, so you're really likely to get to the other side in any case because the canoe is going to be flooded. So deal with these things, leave them on the shore before you take off, and then go on a trip. And the card is in reverse today, which means that your negative thoughts are being pulled away from you. So this is actually a day where you can drop the baggage, drop the emotional stuff that's weighing you down, that's bogging you down, and it's replaced with true, wonderful, positive ideas, affirmations such as I love myself, I am beautiful, I am free to do as I please, I see things from an elevated perspective, I have my own point of view, I have a right to decide what I'm going to do with my life. I am unique and individual. I can spread my wings and fly and do whatever it is I want to do. And I am not bound by the past. I can cut that away and I can let go of faulty thinking. And just because I made a mistake at 7, I can forgive myself and let go of that guilt and make room within myself for wonderful new thoughts to come in. Because we aren't the same people that we were at 5 and at 10. You know, we have the same personalities, but we've now grown up in a sense that we've added emotional skills, how to handle difficult situations. We've learned the social niceties, how to fit into society and how to work with people rather than to aggravate them. And the things that happen to us when we're very young often are results of us as children not having those social skills and really messing up because we didn't have those skills in place yet. And it's really just a waste of time to feel guilty about those things that you did when you were a child because you simply didn't know any better. And now that you do know better, you can forgive yourself and say, okay, you know, I'm not going to beat myself up over something I did when I was 10. So that in itself means that you don't have to run away from your problems. You don't have to go on a trip to find happiness on the other side. You can find happiness wherever you are. You can find happiness today in the space that you occupy. There's no need to run. There's no need to flee, to escape. There's no need to escape your negative thoughts. I remember just before, in 2010, when my whole life fell apart, I remember my intrusive thinking got so bad that I once took a shower and the thoughts in my head, the negative thoughts in my head were so loud and they were telling me awful things that I was sitting in the shower with the water pouring down on me and I was almost in the fetal position, kind of rocking myself back and forth. I think that was my personal rock bottom. It was just the swords really, the negative thoughts really killing me emotionally and pushing me into the ground so that all I wanted was, please, someone help me. And that's what you can release today. All of those things that make you feel insecure, all of those intrusive thoughts that keep coming up. Do the Byron Katie thing and say, is it true? I'm a bad person because I gossiped at 7. Is it true? No, it isn't. You didn't know any better when you were 7. You've now learned that gossiping is bad. Some people don't learn that gossiping is bad until they're 70. So forgive yourself. The Ace of Swords is a gift from the universe. The royalty of thoughts, the best inspirations, the best ideas are going to come in. They will give you the freedom to choose again, to look at yourself again and to say, what kind of person am I? I'm actually a delightful, wonderful, marvelous catch who anyone would be lucky to have in their lives. And that's true. You are a marvelous, amazing, unique individual, and anyone would be blessed to have you as a permanent fixture in their life. But you have the freedom to choose, and that also means you have the freedom to get rid of negative people in your life who drag you down and who reinforce these negative messages. You know, like if you have a sister and she said, well, you've never been good with money. Remember when you were 14 and you wasted all your pocket money on that stupid thing? And they hold you to those kind of things, even though it's now 30 years later and you've learned how to deal with money, or you even run a bank, and that sister of yours is still saying, I don't think you're very good with money because I'm just going back to 30 years ago. So it's an opportunity to free yourself of all of that. The devil is being stuck in a situation that does not work for you. Here, these two are trapped in a system of caves. Skeletor is coming after them. This horrible green light is scaring them half to death, and they're stuck, and they're focused too much on the physical. In this case, they're stuck in a cave. So you do have to engage with that. Where is the exit of the cave so I can be free and I can breathe properly? Thank goodness the card is in reverse, because the actual circumstances of your life are irrelevant. Money, your living situation, your current manifested life is irrelevant, because you get to choose again. And depending on what you choose today is going to determine what your life looks like in future. So the devil has been around in either in yesterday's reading or the reading the day before, I'm not sure. But he's a theme at the moment, and the theme is, don't look at your life as it is now and believe it and accept it as your truth. Look at your life as it is now and realize that it's simply a manifestation of decisions that you made in the past. And you now have an opportunity to stay put. You don't have to flee and run away. You can let go of faulty thoughts. Nature abhors a vacuum. So once you clear out the negative stuff, inspiration and royal, beautiful, the cream of the crop of thoughts are going to enter your mind, and you're going to start seeing yourself more positively, and you'll start to see that you deserve a much better life than you have right now. What a lot of us forget is that we have come to planet Earth, the hardest school in the universe, and we deserve every beautiful, wonderful thing simply because we've chosen to exist on this planet, which is the school of hard knocks. And because you got out of bed this morning, you deserve love and beauty and a beautiful view and beautiful clothes and security and love. You deserve all of that because you're a spiritual being in a human body, and you exist and you take part in life. You don't just lie in bed all day and hope to die. You are engaging with life, so you deserve everything that's wonderful. And ignore your life as it is. Turn your back on it and live your fantasy, and live and see your fantasy life, and really build that in your mind's eye and see yourself as you'd like yourself to be. And the Ace of Swords is going to solidify that fantasy as a truth in your mind's eye. And then you will find yourself starting to take action that is going to make that fantasy a reality. If you've ever done a vision board where you put on all of the things that you want, whenever you look back on those vision boards 2 years later or 3 years later, you will notice that all of those things you've put on your vision board are now in your life. The law of attraction works. It's a spiritual law. There's no if or buts or maybe. What you think becomes reality. It's just the truth. So you have the ability to raise your vibration by getting rid of the negative stuff, to elevate yourself. That will then elevate your life, and you're going to escape the circumstances of your existing life, not by taking a boat trip, but by thinking differently and by choosing again what kind of person you are and what kind of life you deserve. Because if you feel guilty about something that you did at 7 and you now deserve to suffer because of that, then the universe is going to comply and it's going to make you suffer. It does whatever you want. So realize that you're free and you deserve every wonderful thing. You deserve the most amazing things. The sky's the limit. If you feel like you deserve a tiara with jewels encrusted and sapphires blinging off of it, then that is what you believe to be true, and then you will start to take action to get that tiara. I promise you, even if it's outlandish like that, if you imagine that in your mind's eye, you will get to a place where you have that. So don't ever let the physical world define who you are. Just because you work as an accountant now doesn't mean you're an accountant. It means that you're the same spiritual being that you've always been. And if you decide to be a politician or a leader of a country and you put that in your mind's eye, you can become the leader of that country. 6 and 1 is 7 and 15 is 22. 22 is the master number of the builder. So you can build your new life today. Whatever it is you want, okay? 22 is a legacy number. It's creating something that is going to be solid. So you're leaving your existing life behind. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into in the future. Life requires you to engage with it, and it requires you to manifest it and to create it the way you want it. If you let the world decide what your life is going to be like for you, then it's like not voting. You have a voice, you count. And if you let the world decide, then you're just not using your voice, your power. If you do decide, this is what my life is going to be, then that is what your life is going to be. So make the wise choice, invest in yourself, and live the wonderful life that you deserve. Have a fabulous day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my readings, so I can answer any of your questions. Have a glorious Thursday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.